PG&E is filing for bankruptcy because of the liability around the wildfires in California, and not surprisingly, shares of PG&E down 50% today. Again, this is not a surprise. I'm curious if you've ever found yourself in this situation, because this is a question we've gotten before from not just investors in PG&E, but just investors in a distressed business. You could look at Sears at any point over the last 12 months. What is your go-to move in that situation as an investor? Because I think even though I've got a couple of stocks in my portfolio that are way down, they're not on the verge of bankruptcy or anything like that. I'm sort of loath to sell them. I think if I were in this situation, I'd just look to cut my losses.
Well, first of all, if you're in this situation, forgive yourself. This isn't bad prognostication. This isn't you really believed Sears' strategy of doing absolutely nothing would turn their business around. This is liability in a disaster that maybe if you knew each member of management personally, you might have known, but there was no way. So let it go. And then get out the best you can, because holding on to the stock, there's not going to be a turnaround. Even if there is these assets will all be sold because this company does need to still operate, or at least these services need to be provided.
Yeah, it's a utility.
But 3 years from now, when they have figured out the last, PG&E desk chair is sold and there's a fund, the fund is not going to pay back stockholders. So you don't want to be waiting to get your 2 cents on the dollar. Just get out, call it a lesson learned, and hopefully you have some gains to offset those losses.
Well, right. I was going to say, we were talking earlier, I was saying, gosh, if you're in this situation with PG&E, maybe one of the silver linings is the timing of it all. We're, a couple weeks into the year. If you're selling now, then you've got 11 months to look at your portfolio and think, okay, is there something I want to sell at a gain? These losses will offset that, and I'm going to, have a very attractive tax bill. And by very attractive, I mean maybe I'm paying nothing for capital gains.
You got to look on the bright side, because this isn't good for anybody.